God! Oh my God! What is going on?
Stop everything. You're looking at raw footage from an Austin bar as domestic chaos erupts simultaneously with strikes abroad. 3 U.S. soldiers are down, and the fallout is hitting American streets right now. You need to see what's actually happening behind the headlines.
Only people that support the IRGC is actually the extremist of IRGC and white liberal women in America. You see women, Iranian women around the world dancing, Iranians celebrating. The numbers we've seen is a low of 71% to a high of 89% that do not want to see what's happening in Iran right now. They're sick of it. They want to be free. What happens next is the way U.S. has done what they've done.
Wait, did you catch what Patrick Bet-David just pointed out? While the Western media is painting a picture of pure gloom, he's highlighting a massive dissonance. Iranians on the ground are actually celebrating. He mentions numbers as high as 89% who want this regime change. It's wild because you'd expect a country under fire to hunker down, but instead you see women dancing and people celebrating the strikes against the IRGC. Think about that for a second. The very people living there are cheering for the decapitation of their own leadership. It really makes you wonder if our perception of war is totally disconnected from the reality of the people living under that regime. Look at the energy in that interview. He's calling out the double dumb strategy of the Iranian leadership attacking allies when they need them most. This isn't just a military strike. It's a total psychological collapse of the existing power structure.
But is the ruthless lethality, particularly of the Israelis, who are able in their side of the strike to take out the equivalent of President Trump, General Dan Kane, Secretary Pete Hegseth. I mean, this really is a decapitation.
Look at the face of retired Admiral Stavridis when he says ruthless lethality. That's a former NATO Supreme Allied Commander, and even he sounds stunned by the precision of these strikes. He's comparing the decapitation to taking out the entire U.S. executive branch in one go. That's not just a tactical success. That's an erasure of a government. It's haunting to hear a high-level military mind acknowledge that this is day 2 and there's still a long list of goals. When he mentions the 50,000 U.S. service members in the region, you realize the scale of this. We aren't just talking about a few drones. This is a full-scale regional shift. Pay attention to his tone. It's a mix of professional respect for the lethality and a sober warning that more casualties are likely coming. This is the expert view that usually stays behind closed doors.
Citizen from Senegal. Sources are now telling Fox the shooter was wearing clothing that said Allah on it, and he had on an undershirt with an Iranian flag on it. The FBI has just announced they are investigating this as a possible act of terrorism. They said maybe, probably, could be. They're investigating it.
This is where things get truly chilling. That Fox report confirms the Austin shooter was wearing an undershirt with an Iranian flag and Allah on his clothing. Now the FBI is looking at this as a nexus to terrorism. It's the sleeper cell theory coming to life in real time. While we're focused on the 900 bombs dropped in Iran, the domestic blowback is happening in places like Austin and Ohio. Did you notice the detail about him being a naturalized citizen? This is going to ignite a massive debate about vetting and internal security. It's one thing to watch a war on TV. It's another when the combatant's ideology shows up at a local bar in Texas. We're seeing a shift from foreign policy to a domestic security crisis in the span of a few hours.
Waymo, come on! Go! Go! More! Oh, fuck. I mean, he's not gonna go any further. Yes.
Check out this Waymo car. In the middle of a mass shooting response, this autonomous vehicle is literally blocking the EMS. It's like a scene out of a dystopian movie. You've got people bleeding out, police rushing in, and a self-driving car is just sitting there, confused by the sirens. The lady in the clip is shouting what everyone is thinking. We should not have self-driving cars. It highlights a terrifying reality. Our infrastructure isn't ready for high-intensity chaos. When the system breaks down, these smart technologies become dangerous obstacles. It's a small detail in a massive story, but it's a perfect metaphor for the chaos of the moment.
Bravo, I'm going to start you to a public service 495 southbound prior to Little River Turnpike. We're getting multiple calls of a male subject stabbing several people on 95. It started out as a property damage crash, and now he's stabbing people with a knife. Car 70, Bravo, you direct.
Listen to that dispatch audio from DC. Multiple stabbings on the 495 started as a simple traffic crash and turned into a massacre. He's stabbing people with a knife. That is the sound of a city losing control. First Texas, then Ohio, now the heart of the capital. The timing is too precise to be a coincidence. Whether these are coordinated sleeper cells or lone wolf actors triggered by the news, the result is the same: fear. The dispatcher's voice is remarkably calm, but the information is pure chaos. We are watching the domestic front of a global conflict open up in real time. The world just changed. What's your move? Drop a comment below and tell me if you think we're looking at a new global war or a necessary shift. Subscribe for the surgical breakdown you won't get on the news.